Transistors construction. Transistor is made up of two p-type materials with a n-type material sandwiched between two. That is, a transistor is made up of two p-type of metals with a n-type of metal sandwiched between the two, or two n-type materials with a p-type of material that is sandwiched between the two. So that this type of transistor is known as the PNP, and two n-type metals with a p-type of metal sandwiched between the two, it is a n-type of, that is a NPN transistors. This one, it is a PNP transistors. The three terminals of the transistors are emitter, base and collector. The width of the emitter and collector terminals is large. The width of these emitter and collector terminals is large. Sandwiched layer between the two layers is a base. Sandwiched layer between the two layers is a base. Width of the base is less as compared to the other two layers. Width of the base is less as compared to the other two layers. Doping of outer two layers, that is adding impurity to the layer, to the material. Doping of the outer two layers is also large as compared to the doping of the sandwiched layer. Doping means adding the impurities to a materials. Doping is the adding a impurity, either a p type of impurity or n type of impurity. Those impurities are trivalent and pentavalent impurities are added to the materials, so that the doping of the sandwiched layer, the doping of the outer two layers is also large as compared to doping of sandwiched layers. Conductivity of this layer is also low as compared to the outer two layers. Conductivity of this layer is also low as compared to the outer two layers. That is, the resistance of this layer, that is base layer, is large. The resistance developed in the base of the transistor is large because the conductivity of the base is less, and the doping of the width of the base is less, the conductivity of the base is less, and the doping of the metal is also less. The amount of the impurity which is added to a metals, that is known as doping. Width ratio is, that is 15:1. That is, if the width of the base is the 1 micron, then the width of the emitter and the collector terminals, it is the 15 times the base. Width of the emitter and the collectors are 15 times more as compared to the width of the base. Then the doping ratio, if the 1 centimeter cube of the doping material is 10 times more doping, that is, the doping is the amount of impurity that is added to a materials. The amount of impurity that is added to a metals is known as the doping. So that the doping of the emitter and the collector terminals is 10 times more as compared to the doping of the base. That is, the amount of impurity added to emitter and collectors are the 10 times more, is 10 times more as compared to the amount of impurity that is added to the base of the transistors. So that here these are the ratios of the width and the doping of the terminals. This is the how we shall apply the voltages to the transistors. This is how we shall apply the voltages to the transistors, so that here, depending upon our requirement, shall operate that transistors in the different regions. This is for how we shall apply the biasing voltages for a PNP transistors, and it is for the NPN transistors. And for this one, the emitter, this junctions, it is forward biased emitter base junction. Here this junction, it is reverse biased. Similarly, for the NPN transistors, this junction, that is the emitter base junction, it is forward biased, and the collector base junction, these two junction, this junction, it is the reverse biased for the NPN the transistors. Okay, emitter base junction, this one it is emitter base junction, this one it is collector base junction. Operation, that completes the construction, how we shall construct a transistors. Now the operation of a transistors. Consider a PNP transistor with the base emitter junction is forward biased. Here only this junction, first junction, that is the base emitter junction, is considered. Leave about that is collector base junctions. Here for a PNP transistors, this base emitter junction is transistor with base emitter junction is forward biased. Here is equal to the, this is just equal to a forward biased diode. If a diode is forward biased, similarly the base emitter junction, it is forward biased, it looks like in this forms. Then the majority carriers move from emitter towards the base, and base to emitters. Majority carriers move from emitter to base and from base to emitters. The width of the depletion layer, that is developed at the junction is less. There is a development of a depletion layer at the junction between the two layers. The width of this depletion layer, that is the is less, because and the junction is forward biased. Now consider the collector base junction is reverse biased. Here, that is it is a PNP transistors. It is a PNP transistors. The carriers, here the width of the collector base junction, it is reverse biased, so that the width of the depletion layer developed at the junction, it is more. The width of this depletion layer, the width of the depletion layer developed at the junction is more, so that carriers injected from the emitter recombine with the electrons in the base. Carriers injected from emitter recombine with the electrons in the base and the contribute to the base current. And the carriers which are injected from emitter towards the base, which are the majority carriers, so that these will recombine with the electrons in the base and in the electrons in the base and the emitter, electrons in the base, and contribute to the base current. Since doping of base is less, only the small number of carriers recombine with the electrons. Because the width of the base is less, the doping of the base is also less, so that the number of carriers which are present in the base is also less. So here the electrons in the base and contribute carriers injected from emitter recombine with the electrons in the base and recombine with the electrons in the base. Electrons in the base and contribute to the base current since doping of the base current since doping of the base is less as compared to the number of carriers. The carriers injected from emitter recombine with the electrons in the base and contribute to the base current since the doping of the base is less and the small number of carriers recombine with electrons. Doping of the base is less, so that the number of carriers in the base is also less. That's why the holes which are injected from the emitter towards the base, these will recombine with the electrons in the base. These will recombine with the electrons in the base. So that contribute to the base current. Base current is less since only the less number of carriers will recombine with the holes. So base current is less and is measured in the milliamperes as compared to is measured in microamperes as compared to milliampere current of emitter and the collector. Base current is less and is measured in microamperes as compared to milliampere current of emitter and collectors. Majority of the injected carriers from emitter move towards the collector. Majority of injected carriers from emitter move towards the collectors. Injected carriers in the base are the minority carriers. Injected carriers in the base are the minority carriers, because here as compared to milliampere current of emitter and collectors, majority of injected carriers move from emitter towards the collectors. The injected carriers in the base are the minority carriers. The injected carriers in the base are the minority carriers, emitter, base and collectors. So that here this is the NP transistor, this P, N and P, these are the three terminals, and here emitter current, base current and the collector currents. Since these are the injected minority carriers which are moving from emitter towards the base, so that the only small number of carriers are recombining with the electrons in the base, and most of the carriers will move towards the collectors. From that the emitter current, it is the sum of the base current and the collector currents. So here collector current is IC is equal to collector current of the majority carriers plus the collector current of the reverse biased junction. Collector current is IC that is collector current of the majority carriers plus the ICO, that is collector current due to the minority carriers. ICO is collector current when emitter is open circuited, so that it is the leakage current of the reverse biased collector base junction. ICO, it is the leakage current of the reverse biased collector base junction. Just equal to reverse saturation current of a diode, that is IS. Just equal to it is the collector base junction, just equal to reverse saturation current of a diode IS. That ICO, it is in measured in nanoamperes, so that it is having the negligible value, and this current it is flows, and that collector base junction is reverse biased. That is it is a leakage current of the reverse biased collector base junction. Reverse biased collector base junctions just equal to reverse saturation current of a diode. It is measured in nanoamperes. Here the common base configurations, the current IC is the output current, and the input currents are between the output current and the input characteristics are between the input current and the input voltage with VCB as a parameters. Output characteristics are between the output current and the output voltage with emitter current as a parameters. Here I have drawn for the reference the output characteristics of the transistor under the common base configurations. Cutoff regions, active regions, and saturation regions, and how we will be getting the output characteristics for the transistor under the common base configurations. This one, it is collector current is, and here it is the output current, here it is the output voltage, and this one, it is for different values of the input current. Now the cutoff region of operation, when the emitter current is equal to 0, collector current is also equal to 0. This region of operation is known as the cutoff region of operation. In the output characteristics, both the junctions are reverse biased. And emitter current is equal to 0, collector current is also equal to 0. And emitter current is equal to 0, collector current IC is also equal to 0. This region of operation is known as the cutoff region. In the output characteristics, both the junctions are reverse biased. Active region of operation, when the emitter current increases above IC, also collector current also increases. In the active region, emitter current is equal to collector current. no change in the collector current for the increase in VCB. This one, no change in the collector current IC for the increase in the VCB. As emitter current increases, that is input current, output current also increases. In the active region, IE is equal to IC. Emitter current is equal to collector current. No change in collector current for the increase in VCB. Even though if we increase this VCB from 5, 10, 15, 20, but the output current remains constant, is known as the active region of operation. This region is used for the application of the transistor in the amplifiers, that is for amplification. And here in this region, the emitter base junction is forward biased, collector base junction is reverse biased. For the voltage VBC less than 0, collector current increases exponentially. For VBC is equal to 0, IC remains constant. For VBC less than 0, for the voltages VBC less than 0, that is VBC less than 0, it indicates that this junction, it is negative. Here it is positive, this is negative, it indicates that it is forward biased. VBC less than 0, it indicates that collector base junction is forward biased. So that for the voltages VBC less than 0, the collector current increases exponentially. Here there is an exponential increase in the collector current. Here it is increasing exponentially. For VBC is equal to 0, collector current remains constant. For the VBC is equal to 0, collector current IC remains constant. Here for VBC is equal to 0, for VBC is equal to 0, the collector current IC, it remains constant. In the characteristics, collector current for different values of emitter current are shown. The collector current for the different values of the emitter current are shown, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the characteristics, collector current for different values of emitter current are shown. Both the junctions are forward biased. Both the junctions are forward biased for the transistors in the saturation region. This region of operation is known as the saturation region. This region of operation is known as the saturation region. Here in the characteristics, collector current for different values of emitter current are shown. For VBC is equal to 0, collector current remains constant. Here both the junctions are forward. One thing that is to be noted here is that both the junctions are forward biased. This region of operation is known as the saturation regions, because when VBC is equal to 0, the current remains saturated. So that up to the VBC is equal to 0, collector current it is increases exponentially. Correct, IC increases exponentially in these regions. The input characteristics. The input characteristics, it is between the input current and the input voltage with the output voltage as a parameters. Input current versus the input voltage with output voltage as a parameters. Here for the different values of the output voltage, VCB is equal to 5 volts, 15 volts, and here it is the 20 volts. here this type of characteristics we are getting. The characteristics are equal to the characteristics of a forward biased diode, because with cut-in voltage V gamma is equal to 0.7 volts, because the characteristics, input characteristics are just equal to the characteristics of a diodes, because this is between the input current and the input voltage with any changes in the that is in the output voltage, because if any changes in the output voltage, there will not be any significant effect of change in the output voltage on the input characteristics. Only there is a slight change, but the characteristics these will remain same, because it is between the input voltage and the input current, so that for the different values of the output voltage there will not be any significant change in the characteristics curves for the changes in the output voltage. Forward biased silicon diode with cut-in voltage of V gamma is equal to 0.7 volts. As output voltage VCB changes, there is not any significant change in the shape of the curves. If the output voltage changes, there will not be any significant change in the shape of the curves. There will not be any significant change in the shape of the curves, so that the only one curve is drawn in the output characteristic. So that instead of drawing the different curves for the different values of the output voltage, only one curve it can be drawn for the output characteristics. Alpha, that is the common base current gain, is the ratio of the output current to the input current. Alpha is known as the common base current gain. It is the ratio of output current to the output current is collector current, input current is the emitter current. So that shall write IC is equal to IC majority plus IC minority for the transistors. The collector current is the sum of the collector current due to the majority carriers plus the collector current due to the minority carriers. From that shall write the IC is equal to alpha IE plus ICO, and the emitter current is equal to 0, IC is equal to ICO. So that this is ICO, it is measured in the nanoamperes. This current IC, when the emitter current is equal to 0 in the cutoff region of operation, emitter current is equal to 0, so that IC is equal to ICO, it is measured in the nanoamperes. This current is known as the reverse saturation current.